Hello, I'm APX Toycat, and today Minecraft has just released two brand new updates. This one is for Java, this one is for Bedrock, and despite having very different names, they actually share quite a few features, and indeed getting archaeology early is very interesting, but it's also very interesting and controversial to see the brand new emote system. It has been overhauled in quite a way to make it arguably more effective and arguably a bit more annoying, but it is a lot more easy to use as a user. It just makes some people want to do this. So let's talk about what is found inside this so-called emote update, as well as the Java update, which came out at the exact same time. And by the way, if you want to learn about more Minecraft news, did you know you can hit over there and you can find yourself over there, you'll find there's a subscribe button, and if you press it, you'll see the latest and greatest in Minecraft news, and you can learn about new updates coming fairly soon. It is a big season for Minecraft updates. A lot of things are happening, and let's dive into all of it that has specifically happened today on March the 14th, starting with 1.19.4 for Java, which has gone through so many snapshots and then pre-releases and release candidates. You're probably very familiar with it, but here are the major 15 features in this update. The biggest one is updated horse breeding mechanics, which is also found on the Bedrock edition. There are the jukeboxes, which are changed to be at parity with Bedrock. Interacting with armor or elytra equipment in hand will switch them with the equipped gear. This is so handy. You can now finally cancel your elytra while in midair just by equipping a chest plate. Super useful. Been making good use of it in my Nomad playthrough. The camera tilt when hurt is based on the direction of incoming damage. Useful to know where it's actually coming from. That's a Minecraft bug that's been broken for so long. They've also changed the potion colors to make different types of potion more distinguishable, and so they don't have the enchantment glint on them anymore as well. At the same time, they decided to change the enchantment glint for items, and so now that has gone down significantly. And then there's some specific Java options, such as the credits and attribution button in the options menu, as well as the new realm screen, the new accessibility options, and this create new world screen, which I really can't believe. I feel as though Minecraft Java needs some actual UI designers, because although sometimes I disagree with the design of the Bedrock menu, it does at least look like a professional game, whereas Minecraft Java's menu screen looks a little bit more like it was designed by programmers. Maybe that's charming, maybe it's like programmer art and people love that, but the bigger update today was Minecraft 1.19.70. So as you all know, this means that Bedrock is 66 updates ahead of Java. If you're curious about what it really means, it just is the 7th major minor release since the Wild update. And so although there are some minor bug fixes between those, there's been 16 updates since the Wild update came out. This is a major minor update because it brings in bug fixes and crash fixes, but also some changes to the breeding horse system. Also, the controversial microtransaction emote system has been improved, and then also they have changed some other things which I think are incredibly interesting, such as bringing archaeology and the sniffer to the game via experimental features. And I want to start first with the horse breeding because this actually is revolutionary in my opinion. Now, when you breed two horses together, the baby horse has a chance of being better than its parents in speed, jump, strength, or health. This makes a huge difference because previously, when you bred two horses, it was just an output of the two parents and could only be as good as those two, whereas any brand new horse you just found in the wild could theoretically have faster speeds or better jump or better strength, which meant the best way to get a good horse was just to run around the world taming horses and seeing their various stats. This obviously isn't the most fun way of doing things, whereas what is much more interesting is breeding your best two horses at a given attribute together and knowing it could be as good as both of the parents, or it could be even better potentially. This change is specifically implemented to make horse breeding a more viable way of getting great horses. All you need is some good parents to start with and enough time and golden carrots. It actually sounds quite fun. I mean, if you're looking for a particular stat, you just have to breed two good horses together. Then when you get a new good one, you make that one of your new breeding pairs. Honestly, it's something I think I want to play around with, maybe as soon as tomorrow. In fact, yeah, how about Let's Play Wednesday? Sounds good to me. Let's get some real fast horses going. There's a bunch of other changes they've made, such as horses not being able to be pushed over fences covered by carpets. Ghast sound volume will fade the further they are from the player. Thank God for that. Also, witches will now drink fire resistance potions when standing on a campfire. Very fun little bug fixes. The thing that most people will probably be interested in is the fact that the archaeology and the suspicious sand, as well as the sniffer and the torch flower, are now available via experimental features. Something weird that Minecraft Bedrock does that isn't duplicated on the Java edition is that even when playing the full release of the game, all you've got to do is press the next major update toggle and you can basically put yourself into an earlier version of betas and previews. So just now they have gotten the suspicious sand and archaeology feature, which means you can brush away some suspicious sand if you really want to. What's going to be found under there? Who knows for sure? All I know is there's no more a block. So yeah, this isn't the latest version of a beta or preview. It's not really what what most people are going to be able to do, but if you really want to get an early look at the sniffer or the torch flower or the brush just to see what it's going to be like, you can now do that. Again, don't recommend doing this on existing worlds. Really not a very good idea, but if you just want to peek it out, peek at it and test it out on a new world, then here is the sniffer. Isn't he a very big boy? Very weird to say that a full real update came out with it in there, but it actually has. Oh, I have my face cam on. Hello. You know, one of the other things that I have on has to be to do with emotes, right? Did you know emotes are a thing you can do in Minecraft Bedrock? And it's honestly quite controversial because the idea isn't that bad. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a fun little thing that you can do, but Minecraft has decided they weren't quite intrusive enough previously. So we're going to start with the bad and move into the good and then maybe go back to the bad. Oh, you know, we'll go the other way around. Let's start with the good and let's make this a nice sandwich of news, because ultimately Minecraft has made emotes a lot more noticeable as well as a lot more accessible. Previously, what you had to do is you'd open up this menu and a bunch of different options would show up. It'd be a little bit confusing. Now there are just 4 separate emotes on your quick bar, and it also shows you exactly how you can do them as well as how you can exit this menu. I've opened this so many times by accident. Having the button on there is actually quite handy, and then it also tells you can go to the menu to change your emotes. While you're in this menu, it'll show you which emotes are attached to which button, but also they've done something which, honestly, okay, this is some really good news. They used to mix in your owned emotes with all of the emotes, so you couldn't find the ones that you owned. You know, you want to find the pickaxe, which you unlocked by doing an achievement, or you better look through all the expensive emotes first. Or do you want to buy the fighting Batman style for $4? Or you're gonna have to look at it first at least. Do you want opening chakars for $2? It was really ridiculous in my opinion that you had to look for all this stuff. And honestly, I do think this is a bit of a ridiculous way of monetizing Minecraft. You know, I like Mega Man and all, but do I think that you need to be able to do Mega Man emotes with your Minecraft skin? I think it's a bit crazy. Oh look, there's SpongeBob ones as well. It's ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous. So anyway, no, good news. So the good news is now you can also quick equip them right here, and they go to one of the 4 face buttons if you're playing on a controller, like I am right here, or if you're using keyboard mouse, it goes to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so if I want, I can set, say, face plant, because I think that's funny. I can equip this as my number 1, so I just press 1 right there. Yep, that works, and it moves it over. I can do the same with my controller. I want to equip the wood punch as my number, my B, I guess? Yeah, my B, sure. And now my wood punch has been equipped, which means that I can do that, as you can see right here. Wow, I'm wood punching, isn't that kind of fun? And so here is another change they've made. You might have noticed earlier, when I was clapping, it showed in the chat. Certain emotes, not all of them, will now display in the chat. So dancing is clearly a visual thing, not a chat thing. Clapping is something where you might want someone to know that you're clapping, and so even if they're not looking, they'll now know that you're officially clapping. You are using your emote, and they should know about it. And even though I think the bad side of this is clearly Mojang have very self-interested, motives here, right? Making it easier for you to emote with this brand new screen here, which by the way, I really love. Like, but instead of having to open this whole menu, you can just hold down the emote button. That's B on a keyboard and mouse, and left on the D-pad by default. By being able to do this, theoretically, it just makes all the emotes easier, and that's really great. And, it's entirely not self-motivated. But obviously, Mojang knows the more people emote, the more they need to buy emotes, and the more people buy emotes, wow, do they happen to cost money? So yeah, there is a little bit of self-interest there, but they have gone a little bit further than just what they needed to. One, I really love this system of being able to quick emote. It's so much less clunky and less screen covering. I think it's wonderful. But two, by being able to actually see what you own, I personally, as someone who isn't really buying many emotes, gonna level with you right there. What is this, by the way? But as someone who doesn't buy a huge number of emotes, we're going to put over there back on, by the way, as my B. As someone who doesn't equip many emotes, it is very, very useful for me to be able to just see the ones that I own. But also, if you are going to use them, it's nice that people can see them. And so yeah, to go back to the good after this, I would have to say it's nice because although Minecraft basically encourages you to spam them because there's a fun exclusive message you get when you use it too often. Look at this, I'm just saying over there, and then eventually it says this isn't working, creeper, and you can't use emote chat for a while. So they did put in a protection to stop people abusing it, which honestly is a good thing. They could have had people annoying each other all day, and maybe they would have benefited from that, but I'm glad they made the correct game design decision rather than the correct monetization decision there. The other thing that I'm really, like happy with is the fact that although there is that silly Easter egg message, one, I think it's kind of a fun thing, but two, even if you don't, if people just spam emotes and there's too much of it on a server, the server can mute emote chat, but you personally can say, I don't want to listen, and so now here's me saying over there, but no one is going to hear it, or rather, if anyone else does it, I'm not going to hear, and that is such an important change. I really, really like it, and even though clapping might be something I might want to hear about, if I'm on a server where people are being annoying, I don't have to mute all chat, I can just mute the emote chat, which is kind of handy. So yeah, basically every emote, if you overdo it, you get a silly secret message. If you clap 3 times in a row, or 3 times in a row, and then a 4th time, I should say, what happens? Oh, maybe it's not 4 times in a row. Is it 5? Yeah, there we go. It says congratulations, which is kind of fun. And then any more clapping. Oh, okay. Last time I did it, the claps got silenced, but apparently that's not true. So yeah, quick emote is very good. The changing of the system so that it will tell people is, I don't know, I always just feel a little bit extra, I feel a little bit suspicious of any change around this system. But yeah, it's kind of fun that they have these little Easter egg messages, basically to tell people, stop spamming, which I like if nothing else, or at least it's an Easter egg. I just hope it doesn't encourage people to spam, because a part of me is like, well, I wonder, looking through all of the emotes, if we were to buy one, this is Sonic finger wagging, right? Oh, I love Sonic so much, I'm going to buy emotes for him, even though they cost real world money, because, I'm a child and therefore I do not know what that is, because this is obviously what the whole system must be based on. But yeah, if I equip the Sonic finger wagging, I wonder if they've dealt with putting new messages for each of these, or how that one works. So as you can see, finger wagging does not have one in this particular case. So yeah, some emotes have this, not all emotes do, and so I think that's a nice little check on the system as well. And also, hopefully, at least slight discouragement from buying new ones, or maybe not. I don't know. I think I have a fear of certain server chats just being overrun with emotes. I have a fear of inviting people to your world and just seeing non-stop stupid pointing over there. What does pointing over there help me with? Unless they're around me, I think that's the sort of thing that would have to be proximity based, right? But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of flaws and issues and things we'll have to wait and see about, but that's why it is the Emote update. Are emotes a good thing for Minecraft? I mean, they actually do bring some value to the game, and I do think that they're not the worst thing just by their bare existence. But are they, the fact that they didn't test this out in any betas first, they rolled it straight out into a public release, does tell me something interesting about the priorities around it, and maybe you agree with those, maybe you don't. All I know is that the most exciting part of this update is that now when you breed 2 horses, or donkeys, or mules, or whatever, when you breed 2 things together, you can now get a much better alternative than what you could before, which means I'm going to go and find some faster horses. I love my horse here, he's pretty fast. I've used my horse speed testing device to see that fact, but I think I might be able to do even better than this guy, because although this speed goes, wait, wow, oh, okay, there's no way this horse is going 13 meters a second. Is there? Do I have an incredibly fast horse? Let's find out, I guess. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test this for real. Let's go. Okay, how fast is this incredibly fast Minecraft horse? The answer, I haven't put up the redstone. Immensely fast, faster than Minecraft can go. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. I clearly need to fix my horse speed measuring device, and I also need to say that I'm going to get the world's fastest horse that is also going to jump super high, because right now this guy can only jump 4.5 blocks, and I know 5.5 is possible, so let's see if we can get both those things done in the next episode of the Let's Play. Anyway, that's just my plans for this update. I think the horse breeding stuff is very good. I think for players without betas or previews, being able to play around with new stuff is great. The huge list of bug fixes that comes every time we do this, honestly, it's so many that we don't bother talking about all the tiniest changes to, how crosshairs work and how mining and placing would crash the game. But Minecraft getting more stable, Minecraft getting closer to parity, Minecraft bringing more stuff to the game in general is a good thing. Oh, by the way, one of the ones is you can now sleep even if one of the players is dead in your world and doesn't count as awake or asleep. There's all these sorts of just tiny changes they're always making. Every single one of these updates is a good thing as long as they're still working on 1.20 and as long as everything is still going good with that. But that's something we'll have to wait and see about. All I know is that I look forward to playing around with horses, clearly, and I also look forward to seeing what you have to say about this, because I hope you all enjoy, and subscribe to see more Minecraft news, because I'll see you next time. Goodbye.